Greetings comrades, Soviet Gaming here. We have the new hero, Dimensional Hero in AFK Arena, and this time it's Baba Yaga. Yes, this is how it's pronounced in Russian, and let's go and take a look at her. So right, that's how she looks on the art, and it's weird because guys, this is how she is in the Russian folklore, so she is more of an orc, you know, than actually that beautiful lady that we've got here. So that's how she was in Russian fairy tales back in the day, and I'm 95% positive that she's coming from the Russian folklore. So yeah, anyway, I'm glad that she looks way better than our Russian Baba Yaga. She looks pretty hot, and as always, first we'll cover skills, then we'll go on to combat testing, and after that we'll talk about artifacts and team composition. Let's go. Alright, so her name is Melusina. I'll go with that. I'll go with Baba Yaga, I can't pronounce that. So yeah, she looks pretty cool. She's riding some pot with the key and the claw, the wooden staff. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, skills. Dimensional Hero, Intelligence based, Mage, and Burst Damage. So I was expecting when I took a look at her skills beforehand that she would be more of a crowd control, but it says burst damage. So let's go and take a look at her ultimate. Dropping by. Melusina summons a treacherous treehouse in the middle of the battlefield that deals damage equal to 180% of your attack rating to all enemies within the area of effect, also knocking them over, leaving them stunned for 2 seconds. Several moments later, deadly witchfire is launched out of the treehouse, dealing damage equal to 230% of her attack rating to all enemies within the original area of effect. The treehouse prioritizes the most densely packed area of enemies. That description is very lengthy and complicated. That's almost like reading law documents, no, with all those hard to comprehend meanings. Anyway, the enemies will be stunned for 3 seconds. When that thing will appear, they will take damage, and after that they will take damage again. I really want to see how that will look, but before that let's take a look at the rest. Treacherous treehouse. Okay, the treehouse again. She commands her treehouse to launch an attack from below the ground, dealing damage equal to 240% of your attack rating to a small area of enemies. If the attack successfully deals damage, the affected enemies will be knocked to the ground and stunned for 2.5 seconds, while being dealt additional damage that equals between 2 to 6% damage, and in reality it's 4 to 8%. And the value of additional damage increase according to law. Oh my god. Your enemy's current health is the value of the additional... I've read that beforehand, guys, and it's still complicated. Basically, the tree will appear, knock down the enemies, do damage, and after that they will take additional damage percentage of the max health, but it won't be higher than some percentage of her attack rating, of the hero's attack rating. And if the target is currently under the effect of Soul Pilfer, that base damage of the skill increased to 150% of the original value, which... Alright, yeah, so basically that will do damage and stun enemies a little bit. Next one, Alchemic Witchcraft. Melusina cycles through 3 different types of alchemical potions which are dropped by her raven onto the most densely packed area of enemies. When potion lands, it explodes, dealing damage equal to 230% of your attack rating, and deals special effects. So there are 3 potions. Potion of Deceleration. Enemies will lose attack rating and attack speed for 5 seconds, because it's here, level 2. Potion of Enervation. Enemies lose energy points equal to 75. If you engrave her to +30, it will be 125 energy loss, so that's actually pretty good. Then Potion of Enmity. Struck enemies lose health equal to 40% of her attack rating every second for a duration of 4 seconds. This effect cannot be stacked, and in reality it's 50% of Melusina's attack, so that's something like a poison basically. Alright, we are done with this spell, and the last one, Soul Pilfer, which is a really interesting one. Basically she'll leech enemies' attack rating and defense rating to herself for a while, for 10 seconds. You can read this description yourself, it's really long, but you know the skills already, you saw them, I'm pretty sure. So with the basic skill, without signature item, and furniture and everything, the effect of that stuff will be returned to the enemies. That means that if the duration of the spell ends, the enemies get back their stats and Baba Yaga will lose her stats that she suffered, sucked out of the enemy. Oh my god. And yes, the skill can be used against the same target 1 time only, so that means that you can't drain more than that amount from the enemy. At level 2 it will immediately steal 10% of the enemy's current attack and defense rating, which is pretty cool. And level 3, the stealing will be not 2% but 3% every 2 seconds. And if you get her to engraving 60, this skill may only be used 2 times against the same enemy target, but will not be cast again upon the enemies already suffering from the soul pilfer. So that will make it more viable and will get you more stuff. Now, since we talked about soul pilfer, let's go to the signature item that's kinda connected to it. When the skill Soul Pilfer is continuously stealing attributes from an enemy, it will also steal energy from the enemy each time they steal stuff. At plus 10 it will be 40 energy, at plus 20 it will be 80 energy stolen, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Oh no, it's different. At plus 10, when the skill is continuously stealing attributes from an enemy, it will also steal 40 energy points from them. And plus 20, when the skill immediately steals the attributes from an enemy, it shall also immediately steal 80 energy points from them, so it's different. It will be 40 energy per continuous tick and 80 points at the start when the spell is cast, which is really interesting. I think that's pretty cool. That's quite a good energy income for the week. And plus 30, when the attributes stolen by the skill Soul Piper are returned to the enemy. This is cool. The enemy receives the full value of the attributes back, but Melusina still permanently gains the value of the returned attributes. Each retained attribute will not exceed 20% of its own initial value, so that means that every time she will use that skill, she will be stronger and she will get stronger and stronger as the fight goes by. There is a limit to it, but I think by the time it will be reached, the enemies will die or you will lose. So that's pretty cool, and plus 30 in the signature item is a must. Now let's go over the furniture. When Melusina is dealt fatal damage for the first time, the damage will be ignored and she will return to her treacherous drag house. It will spawn on top of her, basically. For the 5 seconds, she will recover 10% of your max health for each time she previously cast the skill Soul Pilfer with a minimum value of 30% health that will be restored. Once the skill has ended, the Melusina shall return to the battlefield. Alright, complex again. Basically, she will heal for each enemy she pilfered. 9 out of 9 furniture. Melusina also recovers energy while within her treacherous tree house, and she recovers 100 energy points for each time she previously cast the skill Soul Pilfer with a minimum value of 600 energy points restored. So if we have the minimum 600 energy, let's count on that. That means that after she will leave the tree house, really soon, unless she will be insta-killed, she will be able to use the ultimate again, which is pretty nice. And let's take a quick look at the engravings. The star bonuses are magical peers, right? Yeah. And, well, we already covered the skills, the standard mage build here, so nothing really special. I think that we would like, if we want to use her properly, we would like to get her at least to E30. E60 is a really good one as well, 2 times against the same enemy, usage of the skill. That's pretty cool for the long-term combat. Alright, let's go and test her out in the Bountiful Trials. So, first things first, the quick combat here to see her skills. This is the Leech, Pilfer, whatever. I think, what was that? That was funny. That was claw attack. I think that's the treacherous house attack thingy, because she has the crow that drops bombs. That's the ultimate. That was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. That was hilariously funny one. So yeah. There is a crow dropping the potions over here. The AoE is pretty good. That's the tree house. I will slow it down on the edit so you guys can see. And here, yeah, potions, the normal attack. And where's the claw, the underground claw? My god, that tree is awesome. Give us the claw here. The treacherous claw. It's not, there we go. So it has some AoE effect and it's dropping enemies to the ground quite for a while, so That's why I told you in early on that she's supposed to be crowd control character, because there are a lot of crowd control and debuff effects, so I don't know how her damage is, but control abilities are pretty fun. Let's go and test her out in the actual combat. Let's go over here, take out Raku and whatever. So as a mage, I don't want her to be in the front. I think it doesn't matter where she is on the backline location, so you don't need her to be in the center. Her skills target the enemies based on their surroundings, but let's figure out it in the actual combat. Alright, let's go with this build and see how it will go. That shouldn't be that hard. So yeah, I wanna see if your ultimate, as I said, will be right and will drop in the middle of the enemy group, not some random spot. Oh my god, that is crazy. That tree is goddamn amazing. The enemies got wrecked so easily. Let's take a look at the stats. So her damage output in comparison with not damage dealers is okay. So Mishka did 2 million while that lady did 3.7. Let's give it a try on some other build where we can get the damage dealer in our team. We have Da Vinci here. Da Vinci can contest here in terms of the damage, I think. And we have a lot of dimensionals. Do we want to use that guy? I don't think so. Let's go like that. So I want to see how the damage between Da Vinci and Baba Yaga will split. Let's speed it up a little bit. Hopefully we won't lose here. It is still possible to lose sometimes. Keep in mind that in the testing here, she have all the available stuff, like the ultimates, the signature item, everything is maxed out. There we go, there we go. Izbushka, the tree house, I'm sorry, it's called Izbushka in Russian, did quite a lot of damage. Alright, she seems to be killing everyone, so she killed 5 targets here. And her damage was really good in comparison with Da Vinci. Let's see if we find someone who is actually a damage dealer, like the carry class. Okay, we have Diamond here, so that will be interesting. We can test her against Diamond in terms of the damage, and Diamond is supposed to do way more. Let's get some additional crowd control, some tanking here, and I don't know what this guy do. I've missed him while I was sick with COVID. My god. Let's get Odin, I know him. So let's see how that one will go. Okay, Diamond's ultimate. Come on, Diamond, don't fail me just like that. Why you? Okay, there we go. They all use at least one ultimate. So now I think Odin will win. I don't know, guys. That's interesting. Yeah, Odin did the most damage here. So in terms of the damage, right now in this fight, she is on par with Diamond. So that's kind of fair. It's not that bad. She's not horrible. She's not great though as well. So I wouldn't kind of consider her the best damage dealer. She therefore won't rival Ainz. Therefore won't happen. So she won't rival Ainz in terms of damage, at least here. Let's try her in the actual campaign. One more test. So the problem with her here, that she will not have the full, like won't have everything that I want. So we got her to 3 stars, a bit better than Ainz. She have only 28 signature item though, so that's not enough. That's not that cool. And she have the full furniture though, but we won't be able to use the soul pilfer ability to the maximum. But it's okay. I think we need to upgrade here a little bit more in order to make it work. That will be comparable results, I think. Although, guys, take a look at this. I'm stronger than the enemies. I haven't progressed the campaign a lot, and I know that everyone who watched that and like, oh, that's not the high deficit area, so yes, it's not high deficit area, but we can compare the damage here. So why the hell not? We replace this guy with this lady, and no, that's not the best idea because she will be taken out by Atelier straight away. Let's try it like that. I want to see the damage numbers. It's not like if she's viable or not in the end game. Only meta teams are viable in the end game, and in order to figure it out, we gotta get those end game teams. Okay, she did manage to use her ultimate before Ainz. Ainz did it and destroyed everyone. Let's go through the second team real fast and then go to the next fight. I will manually use her ultimate. I will turn off auto because the enemies are weak, we don't need several ults. So we'll use the manual ultimate for Baba Yaga here. What the hell is this? That's a different team altogether. And we can compare her with the Ainz in terms of the damage, again. Or we can do the fight and replace... yeah, that's another way. So first of all, we'll try to get them together on the battlefield. Doesn't matter who will be on the front line anyway, because they shouldn't have issues dealing with the enemies. So we turn off auto, and we will manually use the ultimates of Baba Yaga first. Come on, and then the Ainz. Baba Yaga, and the enemies are dead. Oh my god, that's way too easy. The fights are way too easy. So now, yes, she did... Actually, she did only double the damage of Ainz, so Ainz normal attacks did more. But he is engraved for me to E30, I think. So, hard comparison here, guys. Hard comparison, because I can tell you this. She won't be your top damage dealer, that's for sure. Because, you know, you already have other heroes that are way better. Ainz, one-shot and everyone, he will be doing that forever. She have a really good crowd control, that's for sure. Let's go to the next two-stage fight, and over there we can actually try her. Yeah, Ainz still shoots first, and then she won't be able to do anything. Although, in this fight she did quite a decent damage, so it varies. Right now we had Ainz ultimate, and she didn't use her ultimate, but used only the crow bombs and those abilities, and did quite a decent damage. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we will check it out right now. So we'll have the teams, the same teams for the fight 1, and we will compare the exact numbers of damage of Ainz and Baba Yaga. So right now we're testing Ainz. There is a small drawback, but yeah, the enemies are being destroyed really fast. I put Diamond here for additional damage source, so we can compare. 42 million, Diamond did 36. So 42 million for Ainz. Now, what do? We exit. We start it again. That will be better comparison, I think. I don't know how else we can compare them, honestly, in this situation. So now, we have Melusina here, and Diamond died on the first try, some lie. So we can actually test it out with her. And I already saw on the first try here that she is being taken out by crowd control. Ainz cannot be taken out by crowd control, so that makes Ainz already a better character because of that. Will we be able to see her ultimate at least once? As the strongest character, yeah, she managed to use it, and that did quite a decent damage here. So I'm curious if Diamond will overtake here in terms of the damage. It was 42 million for Ainz, and 23 for her, 48 for Diamond here, because Melusina was crowd controlled. So, overall, I can say that she's a decent damage dealer. At first, I thought that she won't be able to do the damage, but she actually managed, and that's pretty cool. Moreover, she doesn't have any artifact as a borrowed hero here, so we couldn't actually compare them directly. And she doesn't have 30 signature item, which Ainz have and other damage dealers have. And tier 3 gear as well. So overall, I wouldn't say that it's a fair comparison, but that will give you some insight into the hero. Speaking of the artifacts, which one would be better for this character? I really think that you can go with either, where is it, the book. Windbinder is a good option, because that will allow her to release her ultimate earlier, and that is Bushka will stun the enemies, prevent them from doing their stuff, and interrupt the enemy flow. That will allow your heroes to release your ultimates earlier, so that will be really good, because she have a lot of ultimates. Of course, for the early game players, as always, for any damage dealers, a lot of haste, so it's a good option. And I think Warden of the Arcane will be a good option as well, but not as good as the previous two options. So it's either I or the Windbinder. Winged Warden, probably not, because she's not supposed to take that damage. If she's taking the damage, she have the ability to survive the first fatal hit, so that one won't be really good for her, if you ask me. I'm not really good with artifacts, guys, keep it in mind, but yeah, I prefer the Windbinder and the basic ones for the most heroes, you know. As for the team composition, that's really hard to tell where she can fit, because She's the dimensional hero, so that's not any faction build, and she have a really good skill set that can benefit any other team. So maybe even in Ein's team. So I don't know. She can actually kinda fit Ein's team like that if you want to, because she will benefit him quite a lot, specifically the later stages when he can't one-shot the enemies and it's taken slower. Then she will help with the stuns to interrupt the enemies and with the additional damage, so they can work together. Although I don't think that it will be the best solution. And I think other than that, you can fit her in any team as any dimensional, because she have really good skill set, she have really good damage, and it requires further testing though to see how good she is, if she's really crazy or not. Although I don't know if she can be used in one of the meta teams. She can help a little bit over there in most of them. Like if your meta team isn't full, isn't complete, if you're lacking some heroes, you can put her over there. If you are an early game player and don't have that many heroes, you can therefore use her in any of your teams that you are building right now, because dimensional heroes are always 95% of the time more powerful than the rest of the heroes, and you can use them in any teams, and by getting them you won't get wrong, you won't miss, because they will help you to progress. And of course the exchange event, it will appear on the global server really soon, and you will need plenty of resources to get here, and you should start saving up, well, right now, because you can collect those amount of resources in the duration that you will be able to get here for free. That's not that hard, specifically if you're an active player, but keep in mind, don't waste it in the process, otherwise you might miss her. And getting dimensional is always a good thing, because even if you don't use the dimensional, you will still get that additional resonating crystal level, you will get that additional star in the option to get additional stuff in the field of stars and all that, so you won't get wrong by getting dimensionals, even if you don't plan on using them. Other than that, a really cool hero. I like her style, I like her looks, I like that she's from the Russian or Slavic folklore, I like that she's hot, so because of that, I have to get her. Anyway, I'll be building her up on the main server for sure, on the secondary, on the test server probably as well, because she is decent, so why the hell not? And as I said already, I recommend you guys getting her as well. And I really want to hear your opinion on this hero in the comments. Don't forget to write it over there as always. Don't forget to like the video while you're going there, and check the pinned comment and the video description for additional links. We have the Discord link over there, we have more AFK Arena playlists, more hero breakdowns, we have TikTok in the social media area. TikTok, I named TikTok, god damn it. And yeah, a lot of other useful stuff you can find there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. That's about it for now. Set it out. Let's